Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for Tanzia Tuesday, where I am trying to talk to Neko Means Cat, not Cha-Cha, but whatever, we'll take what he's got. There we go. Let's get a port open. Free A, Lobby 3. Red room. And since today is February 27th, 0227. Hey, Wolfkinson. And welcome to the party, Wolfkinson. I'm gonna check my guild card real quick. So, on these Tanzia Tuesday streams, we have faced Great Jaggy, but not Great Baggy or Great Roggy that I can recall. We have faced both Pekos. We have not faced Argyros or Volvi. We have done the Uragons. We've done the Duramboroses. I know we did a purple Ludroth that was in a quest where we weren't necessarily supposed to do it. Forget whether we've done a regular Ludroth. We've done everyone else on this page, though. I don't believe we've done gold or silver that I can recall. We have done Rathalos and Azure Rathalos. We've done Pink Rathian, I think. Forget what, or yeah, we've done regular Rathian as well. We've done Green and Lucent Narga. I don't know if we've done Standard. I think we're probably also missing at least one of those Bloses. We haven't done Standard Gen. Don't think we've done Green Plesioth. And we haven't done Goldbeard. Yeah, Wolfkinson, I'm pretty sure the reason that we haven't done Goldbeard yet is just because you're basically wearing it already. Well, you know what? It does have good music. And thus, we'll start with it today. And off we go. For reals though, Moonquake is a phenomenal track. Like, listen to it. Alright, underwater ballista ammo has to be brought from home, doesn't it? You can gather some in here, but... Thanks, Cha-Cha. More Monster Hunter music in the modern day needs to have as much of a focus on drums as this. Like, the percussion and constant drum beat adds a lot to this track. Oh, does Big Fella want to get dragonated? Is that what's coming? Goes over there, then comes way over here and swims up under the Dragonator, right? Yep, looks like that's what's happening. Ideally, we get it to nail him right on the horns. Okay, I was a little early, but it did make it so that his horns were the things that touched the Dragonator. And he has been shaven. Hey there, Apocalypse When. No, there are not a whole lot of players in online hubs in 3U. Generally, whenever I show up on a Tuesday, there's somewhere around a dozen players besides us. So, like, yeah, not the most. Still some, though. I've never seen it completely empty. And really, what can you expect from a game that is over a decade old and that lives on a system that is well, actually, 1 generation old, but still. Alright, we got one horn. Yep. We are less than 5 minutes in. And I guess since we're less than 5 minutes in, we should probably abandon and give this another shot, huh? Didn't get a deep dragon gem, so yeah. Out we go. And now to play, was it me who disconnected? Was it Wolfkinson who disconnected? Or was it the entire server that disconnected? Because that happens. Okay, I disconnected. But was it just me? Looks like it might have been both of us. Actually, wait, wasn't this game one of the ones where if the host disconnects, it kills the entire hub anyway? I think that might have been the case for this game. Either way, the 10 other people in Free A didn't go away, so... It wasn't a case of the whole server is gone, like has happened a couple times. Oh boy, I got Feline Explorer. And not Defender. So let's actually save Goldbeard for later. While I post something where Explorer can actually accomplish something. Yeah, Apocalypse, when there's never that many players online in this game. Because again, it's pretty old. But like, it exists. It's still got online for now. It's worth playing. It's a good game. Yeah, it's mostly just, it's old. Not gonna get too many people playing a game this old. Especially when, in terms of Monster Hunter game generations, it is 2 generations out of date. Like, everyone's gonna be playing World or Sunbreak, or even 4U, or GU. Because as much as I enjoy underwater hunting, unfortunately, it wasn't that well received. There's a lot of people who just won't come back to this game because they'd rather not have underwater hunts. So they stick with 4U for their classic Monster Hunter fix, or even GU, which is on a much more readily available system. I didn't even bring pickaxes, despite having Explorer. I am a genius. And that's all I have to say about that. I have found the Diablos. And it looks like it might be a chunky one. Definitely seems like it could be on the bigger side. Yeah, there's also the fact that the Wii U itself didn't sell terribly well, so, like, even if you ignore the fact that this is an old Monster Hunter game, every Monster Hunter game that has released since has sold better. So this already has the smallest install base of any Monster Hunter game that can currently be played online. And a lot of the people who do own it also own a more modern game and are playing that. But I love this game. And Tanzia Tuesday is alliterative, and thus, Tanzia Tuesday is a thing. The triple charge. Ooh, nice knockdown. Sorry for launching you into the next area, but at least we got a horn break out of it. Apocalypse When, I have no doubts that I will play it at least sometimes after the servers close, but certainly not as much. Like, I do still love this game, but as with any Monster Hunter, it is best played in multiplayer. Yeah, Wolfkinson, Dundorma Saturday. That is because if you use Dundorma's Japanese name and the Japanese word for Saturday, they both start with do. So it becomes dodo. So it is alliterative. It is alliterative, just not in English. I do have a phenomenally good PC, Apocalypse When. I prefer not to emulate when I have other options. Oh wow, we didn't even get the tail. And while I probably could extract my save from this and then put it on PC, that'd just be extra effort. So I believe Volvi starts in here. And if not, it starts in the area that's just east of here. Okay, not in here. Yes, in here. Okay, I was correct. Yeah, 4 monster quests are a thing, though each monster has dramatically reduced HP compared to a single monster quest. Like, it's more than a quarter of the HP they normally have, but I think it is less than 50%. Oh hey, other Volvi is here too. Who knew dealing with 2 Volvidons at once would be such an issue? They're Volvidons, but there's 2 of them. I don't want to be killed by a Volvidon. That would just be embarrassing. No, Apocalypse, when I would not say the Switch Axe is very overpowered in this game. It's about the same as it is in any other game. It's not the best weapon, it's not the worst weapon. It's just a weapon. And here's where I feel regret at not having brought dung bombs. Or not dung bombs, opposite thing. Deodorant. Ow. Wow, did you just get re-paralyzed? Talk about rude. Alright, one of them's limping. After that armadillo. All right. One Volvi down. Haha, jerk didn't stop me sharpening. And 2 Volvies down. Just Sandberry left. Looks like Wolfkinson has need of Jaggy parts for some reason. So Sandberry starts here, but it might have already spawned in. In which case it could be anywhere. But it looks like it has not already spawned in. Unless it's gone to an area that it doesn't usually go to. Ah, right. You get rations from carving small monsters in Mega Potion quests. Forgot about that. At least this game doesn't tell us a straight-up lie about Mega Potion quests like Freedom Unite did. Freedom Unite said that the carves that we would have gotten are instead placed in the quest rewards for us. But it's not true. The quest rewards have nothing to do with what you carve. Also, this Sandbarioth is definitely not the gold small that I need. It's not on the... It's probably not on the large side, but... Gold small? No. Oof, we got the wing break while it was already flinching, so we didn't get the knockdown. Rip. Alright, got the tail. And got thwarted from getting in to hit it a couple more times by that little tornado. Nice leg knockdown. Alright, broke everything but the tusks. Or, nope, we got the tusks too. Nice. It's kind of disturbing how much of a blood effect there is when your allies hit you in this game. Like, that's a lot of blood leaving my body. Sure, I'm not getting hurt, but... still a lot of blood. Silver large for Diablos and Volvi, and... yeah, that's... a little smaller than average Sandbarioth. And Wolfkinson, I have discharge launched you before too. It happens. Ah, this one's always a fun quest. Now imagine if it was in the underwater arena instead. Quests in which a main species appears with its subspecies, I have always liked. Because it lets you really see the contrast between them. While also being a good source of their shared mantle or whatever. Was kind of hoping I'd be able to get another flinch, but meh. I'm not hurting for heals. And there's our tail. Since this thing's enraged, if we were playing GU, it would have lightning eyebrows right now. One of the silliest things they added to land laggy to make its rage more visible. The lightning eyebrows. Like, honestly, it's just a waste of energy to use lightning eyebrows. Especially for a creature that doesn't, well, I guess it does produce lightning internally, but it doesn't store it internally. That's why it's got those, shockers on its back, is to keep all that electricity external to its body. Rip. Hey there, Trick Great. Oh boy, a Lagia Sapphire. Because nobody wants mantles, am I right? You really gotta wonder how this basin got so filled in come rise. Nope, did not quite touch the surface there. And that's full brakes on this laggy. Standard laggy down. And Wolfkinson, don't forget your tail if you haven't gotten it already. Oh, looks like somebody just ate somebody's parent right in front of them. It's kind of rude, Ivory Laggy. You don't just eat a kid's parent in front of them like that. Also, this Ivory Laggy's kind of big. Nice flinch. Nice tail. Wait, Lucent's Axe is still a power file in Sunbreak? I could have sworn it was a poison file. something got changed to a poison file, and it really upset me. Could have sworn it was Lucent. Lucent had something to do with poison going on, maybe. I don't know. What I remember is that Lucent's axe wasn't good in Sunbreak. Oh, the no affinity is what made Lucent's axe terrible. That's right. Because in this game, part of the whole reason of using Lucent's axe is the affinity, because 50% affinity ain't nothing. It is an effective higher than 10% increase of raw. And considering that Capcom has a habit of valuing affinity higher than raw, even though they really shouldn't, we get such things as axes with high affinity and relatively low raw, because, oh, you're going to be critting more, even though you don't crit enough more to actually make up for it. And I'm pretty sure they didn't, like, make the raw actually good for the Sunbreak version of this axe. Alright, chest is the only break we have left on this boy. And there it goes. And this game, if you took the affinity off this axe, it would be basically unusable. It's probably the same for Sunbreak, I would imagine. All right. Can't wait for the stories re-release to come out so that I can have a nice Ivory Laggy on my team. One that doesn't get outshone, at least until potentially Rajang. Yeah, Wolfkinson, they indeed did not feel like limping. Hey, mantle. slightly larger than average regular laggy. And slightly larger than average ivory laggy. Hey, Jess. All right, what do we got next? Yeah, you know what? We gotta get Great Baggy in here somehow. I just entered combine items thinking, oh, I gotta go to the item sets. That's what I gotta do. They aren't in this game. Yeah, Ivory Laggy isn't, like, super weak in Stories 2. The issue is just that since you can give its Thunder Double Bite to other monsties, and there are other electric monsties that are just better. Sure, it might not be by that much, but they are better. Whereas in Stories 1, Ivory Laggy is just at least potentially prior to Rajang. I don't know Rajang's stats in Stories 1. But other than potentially Rajang, Ivory Laggy is just the undisputed best Thunder monster in Stories 1. Well, Wolfkinson, if you need Bracky Pounders, we better break those hands. Yeah, it feels to me like Ivory Laggy is basically in a similar position to Stories 2's White Monoblos. For when you can get it, it is incredibly good, and it can carry you through the rest of the game. So admittedly, you don't get it quite as early as Stories 2 gives out White Monoblos. At least, provided you fight the Royal White Monoblos. Stories 2 gives out White Monoblos way too early for how good it is. And sure, you have to beat a hard monster in order to get it, but, like, it's doable, and it's super good. Wolfkinson got two baggies spitting at him now. Okay, I need to not let a great baggy take me down. Have to respect them at least a little bit. I do not know which way the other one went. But there's only 3 places it could have gone. Found it. That flinch was a moment too late. You really have to wonder what kind of stimulant they gave Great Baggy to make it so fast in G rank. Like, that's how they made this thing a G rank threat. They just turned up the speed. And I don't believe they did that for either Roggy or Jaggy, so like, why is Baggy so fast? And why is it only Baggy? Did it get into the dash juice? Oh, hi, Glacial Agnactor. You're not part of this quest. As much as I do love Glacial Agnactor, not part of the quest. Yep. Baggy limped to get in here, but did not limp to leave. Baggy says, "Get back in there, Wolfkinson." One thing you have to remember about ice pikes, Drake Great, is that they are all small. This one might be small for an ice pike, but it can be deceptive. I will never ever forget the fact that the first one I ever fought, I would have sworn was gold small, but was actually gold large, because I was comparing it to standard Agnactor. Anyway, Bracky's gonna spawn right in here, so... There he is. Hi, Agnactor. Almost got me there. I thought this thing had already left. You know, thinking on the different voice options that will be available for the Stories 1 remake. For Stories 2, I played with the English voices because they were inoffensive, and they worked. I might do the same for Stories 1, provided they don't suddenly become offensive to my ears. I also played with the English voices in Monster Hunter World, because, like, yeah, it's all about just quality of voice work. For Rise, the reason that I swapped from English to Monster Hunter language was, I believe, Yomogi. But, like, I am perfectly willing to play in English as long as the English voice work is quality. Besides, I've already heard Monster Hunter stories in Monster Hunter language 3 times. Welcome back, Agnactor. And since Bracky's been here longer, he's more likely to want to leave if ooped. Thanks, Agnactor. Where would we be without your generous donation of Water Blight? Putting this down just so there's some easy access to them fists for a bit. Of course he dances around it. There we go. One fist down. Two fists down. There you go. You now have the best possible chance at getting your pounders. Though apparently, if you bust both fists while he's in a trap, he doesn't drop a sparkly. Interesting. I do like Bracky. He's a very fun monster. With very good music. One relatively small baggie, one relatively large baggie, but no crowns. And a large but not crown Bracky. And now it's Wolfkinson's turn to post. Alright. Had to get a regular Narga in somehow. Hello, secret area. I have to say, maps that have shortcuts, like jumping off the bridge there, are way better than maps that don't have shortcuts. Also, this Narga seems small. And with this not being a green Nargacuga dipped in ink, it will never follow up a tail slam with another tail slam, or a tail sweep with another tail sweep. Because those were green Narga exclusive combos. At least prior to Gen. Or GU, actually, I think. Yeah, because I think it was only G rank where Narga started doing that. Definitely feeling the latency between us right now. It's not usually this apparent. And yet, having a Nargacuga blink around like this just really emphasizes its status as the Swift Wyvern. It's so swift, it's almost teleporting. See? Look how fast it is! So fast. If it was a Lucent Nargacuga moving like this, I'd actually be worried. Yeah, no worries, Wolfkinson. It's just one of the realities of online play in a classic Monster Hunter that sometimes monsters move like this. I'm sure there have been times where monsters have moved like this for you, too. It goes both ways. And this Narga is now fully broken. Having fun over in that exit zone there, Narga? This Narga just loves getting in the area transitions. And that was an attempted limp, I believe. What's Kayamba doing way over there? How is Kayamba way in the northwest of the map? Like, I see that he's passed out, but... Did either of us even go into that area? Like, I did when I jumped off the bridge, but... I don't have Kayamba. Yeah, his corpse was just casually hanging out 2 load screens away from us. Ah, so you did go in there. Yeah, for Kayamba to faint in there, it's actually somewhat believable, because with the ultimate mask, they're invincible, but then when they get enraged, their health constantly decreases until they faint. And hey, it was gold small. Not gold small list, but gold small. So yeah, he was probably just nearing 0 health when you went in there, and thus fainted in there, because health just drains over time for that mask. Okay. What's on the docket now? An unpleasant time. I'm gonna get a different weapon for this, though. Especially because they are absolutely a high-grade roar, and thus Rocksteady won't help. Nether Excellion performs decently well against both of them. It is Rathian's weakness and Rathalos's sub-weakness. And considering I believe Rathian to be the more dangerous of the two, we use Nether Excellion instead of Ceodidax. Dung bombs are still useful for if I get grabbed. Paintballs are not useful for this quest. This is in the tower. I don't think we're allowed to put pits in the tower in this gen, but I'll still bring one just in case. I doubt we're going to do any capturing, but I'll still bring Trinks. Bring some bomb casings and some flash bugs. Because the more flashes we have access to in this quest, the happier we will be. Combos 3 and 4 to guarantee flash combines. And this looks like a solid loadout. A little heavy. I'm going to be kind of bothered once we get our first kill, but still. In later gens, they would put a tent, an item box, and even a turtle up here. And there they are. Rathalos dies faster, so Rathalos dies first. Yeah, we're not allowed to put pits up here in this game. Shame that. How did the Rathian not get blinded by that? Well, if she's on the floor. If I had dodged to the left, I would have been fine. Can you two please not corner me? Thanks for the antidote. Cha-Cha or Kayamba, whichever one of you that was. It is appreciated. You know, something that I have been recalling every time we have done a Tanzia Tuesday is just how much harder it is to actually flash something in this game. They're a lot pickier with what counts. Later generations, it's a lot simpler to flash things, especially in Gen 5, where it's just like, hey, did you put a flash out? The thing is flashed. Going for his wings because they take the most damage, and breaks are not the priority when there's two rare wraths in one place. The priority is just getting one or both of them dead. Ow. Alright, give me my stun. Wow, I'm not stunned. I thought that was an auto stun. Maybe not for Silver Rathalos. Good job, Rathalos. Knock your wife out of the sky. Didn't bring dung, huh? And he's doing a world tour. And unlike in Gen 2, his world tour is actually something to pay attention to. Because he's not going to whiff it basically every time. Didn't expect him to come down and then just do a standard claw for the end of his world tour. And he's doing another world tour. Well, since she's busy with you, I just had to taunt her. At least I finished sharpening, though. Ooh, she is tired. I know I said brakes are not the priority, but for her, getting rid of the tail actually helps a lot. I was kind of hoping that would get him too, but oh well. Thank you, sir. I totally wanted to get you gliding right into my face. That was not an invitation to do it again, it was sarcasm. Well, they're both blind. Was that a broken face I saw? It was. Ooh, he's tired now. I brought Dom. There's no reason for me to sit there and take it. I mean, there's the minor reason of let someone else get some free hits, but when they're busy dealing with the other Wrath, that's not so much a concern now, is it? He did not stay tired for long. Ooh. It was almost a mistake to use that potion. Alright, they're both blind. And he's going for a world tour, I believe. Nope, just going up for fireballs. Okay, he is down. Suddenly, this quest gets much easier. She won't be blind for long, but it'll be long enough to get at least 1 or 2 carbs. And that's all the carbs. Well then, I guess we split our focus a little too much, but hey. Certainly makes the quest more interesting when they're both up for nearly the same amount of time. And we still did it sub 15 minutes, not bad. Still wish these rare wraths had the sheen to them that they did in Portable Third. Instead of just being yellow Rathian and gray Rathalos. They need to actually, you know, look metallic. And yes, sometimes a hectic, slightly stressful quest is exactly the thing you need to have a good time. She was silver large and he was gold small. Not gold smallest, but still gold small. So, yeah, we got two ends of the size spectrum, kind of. Yeah, Wolfkinson, the fun of quests like that is why we don't use the gate in later generation arenas. The gate is for cowards. It is more fun to not use it. Even if that does decrease your chances of successfully completing the quest. Sometimes fun is worth failing a quest or two. Paintballs, that's what I'm missing. Aha! Doubles and ogres. Time for me to change weapon. While I'm at it, I will do a little math. So, the Miser's Asterism. It's 30% affinity with 1150 attack. So 30% affinity is 0.3 times 0.25. So it's an average increase of 7.5% to raw. So 1150 times 1.075. This is effectively a raw of 1236. We always round down because Monster Hunter always rounds down. Which means that the Ciadid axe is just better. Except in such circumstances where the natural purple on the Miser's Asterism let you put on a new skill that can make up the difference of like 10 raw. Which honestly is a lot of the time. If it didn't have natural purple, Miser's Asterism would just be a trash weapon. Yeah, Wolfkinson, the Fox Axe, or whatever it's called, is a decent ice axe. But there's actually a lot of this game where the Ceodite axe is just the best option, and that's how it is. Like, I said it in the last stream of this game, last week. I'm pretty sure that in terms of average damage dealt to monsters in this game, Ceodite axe just beats every other axe. Like, it just, in terms of average damage dealt across every monster. Also, I forgot to bring nullberries. This is going to be an issue. This Stygian's an ogre seems biggish. I mean, at least, though I did forget nullberries, Ceodite axe isn't exactly a titan of elemental damage. It's got 120 water, which is 12 water. Which means, like, at best, I'll be losing out on, I don't know, 4 damage per hit? And that's the high end. Maybe 5. So it's probably not even super worth worrying about having Dragon Blight. Honestly, I don't mind that Ceodite axe is as good as it is, because it looks good, too. It's a handsome axe. Okay, guys, can we stop trying to murder me in the corner? Okay, no, we can't. It was an airship that I was hearing. Well, we're 2 carts down. That means the quest has started for reals. As much as I want to take advantage of that downed Zinogre, the fact that there was a dragon storm going on at the same time made it a little less palatable of an idea. Just for a little assistance, I'm gonna put this down. Ow. No, 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 no. I'm still not out of danger. Well then. Didn't actually intend to do the Superman dive that I had done. I was trying to just dodge. If I had done just a dodge, I might have survived. But I was running when I dodged, and thus a Superman dive occurred. Because I wasn't running towards the Zenogres enough. But hey, that quest isn't supposed to be easy. On the subject of quests that aren't supposed to be easy, I've been meaning to post this one on one of these Tuesdays at some point. Do I not have nets? Yeah, I don't have nets. That's an issue. I fully expect this quest to fail. There is no shame in it. Yeah, Iceborne, Stygians, and Ogre definitely had a lot going on. I can see why you would find it harder than Furious Rajang. Though if you really want to see a Stygians and Ogre with a lot going on, go fight a Frenzied one in 4U. Those things are fast. And they're combo kings. Hello, secret area. My inventory is full. I cannot afford to care about you. Should have brought poison. Poison's super good against Clashing Fists Bracky. Because the reason they made, or the way they made Clashing Fists Bracky last so long is by increasing his defense value. He just skims like 70% of your damage off the top. But that doesn't apply to poison or other sources of fixed damage like bombs or blasts. Challenger's such a good skill against Clashing Fists Bracky. Because unless he's tired, he always enrages in one hit. Habra, I super do not need you here right now. Alright, I've used 5 Mega Potions and we're not even 5 minutes in. This is going swimmingly. Surely I will have healing supplies to last for the entire quest. That was an enrage roar, which means he had just left rage for not even enough time for his arms to go green again. If his arms ever do go green again, I am dropping a pit trap, and we are not touching him until he's in it. One thing that is nice about fighting this guy, your Tanzia chips get a workout. Because they frequently get to heal you for more than a Mega Potion's worth. Yeah, Outlander, it is very likely that Cha-Cha and Kayamba will enrage him. But one thing you have to remember is that Cha-Cha and Kayamba are terrible. They are so very bad at their jobs. It's actually decently likely that we can get him into a pit trap before he gets enraged by them. Okay. He is green again. And Wolfkinson's almost back, so there's that. Alright, get over here. Ooh, and he's tired. Ideal. I mean, it would be slightly more ideal if I had Purple Sharp, but we take what we can get. He's still tired. Buddy. Come on. Dude just faked us out. Okay, Bracky, please. I don't want you to waste your entire tired cycle just doing that. Come on. Almost. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you, like, actually kidding me? Are you super kidding me right now? I can't believe this. Twice he walked towards the trap only to fake us out. And now he's mad. Mad at us for having dared to try and get him in a second trap. Yeah, Outlander, but unlike when you place a trap in World, in this game we can't destroy a trap that's already been set. It's there for its full duration. Ow. Well, he was briefly out of rage there. Tanzia chips, you have served me well. Cha-Cha, please tell me that's health large. Nice. I can take a punch at this level of health without needing to heal yet. Now imagine if we were playing the Japanese version of this game and thus had 50 less defense. I'm gonna sharpen while I can, yeah. Freaking horn bounces purple, I hate this. Well, my Mega Potion use certainly slowed down. Because now we're more than 10 minutes in. I've only used 10 Mega Potions. Rip. Though, admittedly, I did use a lot of other things. Okay. He is out of rage. Don't know how long. But as you can see, Cha-Cha is just being completely ineffectual. Because that's the way he is. Oh, but now he's enraged, of course. Had to try and prove me wrong about how ineffectual he is. Ow. Oh, great. At least it didn't set off the blast. That might have killed me. Alright, well, since there are no carts left, I might as well just use this max potion for heals. And the ancient potion will be used for the same thing later on. Ow. Later on is now. Buddy, can you please not go from lava to lava? And another case of him getting enraged when he was only out of rage for a couple frames at best. Not even long enough for his arms to go green. Just given that challenger value. It's the greatest when the hit that would have gotten him enraged gets a leg flinch and thus knocks him down. Because while leg flinches will not knock down a raging Bracky, or an enraged Bracky rather, They will knock down a not enraged Bracky. Okay, I need to heal. Cha-Cha, what are you giving me? Health large? Health small. Thanks for nothing, Cha-Cha. Ooh, I bet you saw death flash before your eyes there. Death doesn't do that. Your life flashes before your eyes. That thing. That's the thing that I bet you saw, because your health was not. And you were in a corner. Trying to reload, but was actually a little bit late there. Almost said a little second late, and there are no little seconds. He is out of rage. He is in rage. And we thought Raging Bracky was enraged. Ow. Thank you for punching with your non-slimy fist. The explosion might have murdered me. I think I can take a hit from this level, just one. Hey, he is going somewhere else. Okay, buddy, can you leave me alone long enough to put a cool drink in my mouth, please? Please? Dude was on me. I think this is still enough health to survive one punch. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Oh, I probably shouldn't have done this, because now, unless Wolfkinson has a trap, we can't capture him. I might have just doomed us to 12% more of this guy's health bar. Also, you'll note that left fist still isn't done. I have put so much damage on this left fist, and it remains unbroken. Which should tell you how much HP this Bracky has. Or at least how much defense it has. It does have both, but, like... Yeah, it's a thing. He is soloable, but it takes a long time, and you pretty much have to have a poison weapon. Well, yeah, that's Clashing Fists Bracky for you. There is no shame in failing this quest. None whatsoever. But if you do clear the quest, it gives you things that can be used to make a very special hammer. It's the only hammer that I am aware of with its special effects. Because when it hits an ally, it heals them. I want this hammer. I want it so. I think I'm like one of the parts away. I have cleared the quest before, just didn't get enough to make the hammer. Yeah, Wolfkinson, it is very easy to die in that quest. It is quite intentionally the hardest quest in the game. The Cruel King of the Sea and I believe it's Infernal Overlord, those two are also intentionally very hard. Clashing Fists is just... is the hardest. There's not much arguing that. Ah, double purple looty. Right, my honey. That's what I'm missing. Also nullberries. Not gonna need them for this quest, but need to get them back in my inventory while I still remember that I don't have them. Right. Royal Looty starts over in the west. Over here. And also one starts in the cave, apparently. Get this one painted, then I'll go down there. You know, it's kind of interesting to think that this is the first and only game to have a G-rank Great Jaggy. I know we haven't fought it today, but we have done it on a Tanzia Tuesday. And it's a fascinating thought that G-Rank Great Jaggy has existed in exactly one game. One down. What are you hanging out in the entrance for, bud? And there we go. Looties down. Yeah, purple Ludroth does look pretty nice. Honestly, I think what makes it is the fact that its scales are this kind of gray color. If it had still been yellow, it would have been just so obnoxious to look at. Or actually, it would have been green, the scales, but green also wouldn't have been great. One of them was close to gold small, and the other one was slightly smaller than average. And I've got time for one more quest. And that means that we're going to keep Dire Muralist Tuesdays rolling. Because dang it, I like Dire Muralist. Its theme is overpowered. And the fight itself is decently fun too. And I believe Nether Excellion will do better against it than Seadeed. It's not weak to lightning, but it doesn't resist it. Water, I'm pretty sure, just does nothing. Or at least close to nothing. Also, can I just say, the iconography in this game, for the monsters, it's great. Like, other games have had pretty good icons. World has really good icons. Rises are certainly distinct. Tries are very unique. But in terms of the intersection between legibility and style, I think 3U is where the series has peaked so far. Like, 4 and 4U largely use the 3U icons as their basis, but they're rendered in so much lower resolution than this that it doesn't come across as clean. It seems almost kind of dirty. And then GU, yes, it also has clean icons, but they're different from the ones here in ways that I don't think improve them. They've all been simplified a little more. So yeah, I think 3U is where iconography in the series has peaked so far. At least in my opinion. Though admittedly, Iceborne does have some phenomenal icons, like Alatreon's icon is fantastic. But the simple and clean aesthetic we get here is really nice, and I like it a lot. Do I? Do I not have whetstones? I don't have whetstones. I need to go buy more whetstones. Yeah, I do like Iceborne's icons. They are very good. It's just sometimes they get a little busier than I would like to see them be. They do take advantage of their high resolution, but they use it to add a lot more detail that I feel like an icon doesn't need to have. And yeah, tries absolutely have their own charm. Because they become a simple but very stylized rendering of a monster. It feels like something someone in world would actually draw, or someone in universe rather would actually have drawn to represent the monsters. Whereas the icons we get in this game, yeah, they're kind of gamey, but they're clean. For reals, using To One With Life as a leitmotif for a final boss theme is absolutely cheating when it comes to just making a final boss theme that sounds fantastic. Oh, I'm boned. Big boy wants out. But unlike last week, we are nowhere near the land Dragonator. Bad time to run out of sword juice. Dang it, why does his head have to be where I can't reach it? I don't mind getting my toes wet if it means doing an element discharge on his face. Which is now broken. Ow. Something that I only rarely notice his wings, they actually have a wing finger that extends for certain animations. It looks kind of wrong, honestly. Like, I get it. It's because they were just straight up recycling the Fatalis stuff. Uh-oh. Gotta get in there. Okay, good job. Yeah, the fact that when those wing fingers extend for mirrorless, it just kind of stretches the texture on the wing instead of revealing anything. I think that's my main issue with it. There we go. Easy max potions are what we want to see. But I guess we got 2 first aid meds and 2 bombs. Rip. Watched you melt right in front of my eyes there. And now he sits on Kayamba. Next flinch on this right leg should knock him down. But also, he's in armor mode now, so... time to just ignore that. And also, he's going back into the sea. So we can reach better targets. I'm gonna jump into the water with him. I went too early. Didn't expect him to adjust his angle one more time before going in. Uh-oh, better look out. He's doing the underwater sit and sweep. The most dangerous attack he can do underwater. After all, it's not like you can just hang out near the surface and thus be nowhere near where it's gonna hit. You know, I think one thing that might have turned people off of underwater combat is the fact that you can't use certain items while fighting underwater. And, like, I get why they don't let you use a stake underwater, because, you know, you're going to be getting mouthfuls of water, not just steak. It makes some sense. But then anything that uses the potion animation you can use underwater, which includes rations. So, like, if we're allowed to eat a ration underwater, why not let us eat a steak underwater? And for that matter, how are we drinking anything down here without also getting water in with it? Why are our potions not getting diluted? Sometimes you gotta sacrifice realism for gameplay. Also, the tail is the last thing we have to break on this mirrorless. That is not a common state of affairs. And I think we flinched him while he was trying to go on land, and now he's got to go way out of his way to get a better angle. Because, yeah, he sure is doing nothing but walking and turning right now. And there goes the tail. This mirrorless is fully broken. And he is absolutely trying to get on land. He might even be close enough to this here Dragonator. Yep. Now, ideally, he'll rotate about 90 degrees to his right before he dies. Yeah, if he died right here, that would be fantastic, because then we'd be able to get all the carves without too much trouble. Hey! Nicely done. Now we find this elbow. And here we go. Nope. Too high up. Too high up. That might cost me a carve. Okay, so we want to be like at the very bottom edge of the crack in his chest from that break. Dire Dragon Gem. Almost got all 9. So it did, in fact, cost me a carve. Congrats on your 9 carves, Wolfkinson. And with that, it's time to call this a stream. Thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all of that. Thanks, Wolfkinson, for showing up to hunt. And I will be back tomorrow for some more Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles. See ya then, friends.